Hello. Today we will discuss Blueprint Pillar 3, College and Career Readiness. Please take a few minutes to complete the FCPS Blueprint Community Engagement Survey during this episode by accessing the QR code on your screen. Let us know your thoughts and questions. Our top priority in FCPS is to ensure that each and every student receives the support needed to be successful inside and outside of the classroom. So we've broken Pillar 3, College and Career Readiness, into two subcommittees, College and Career Readiness and Career and Technical Education. Let's first focus on our College and Career Readiness subcommittee. The goal of this portion of Pillar 3 is to ensure all students meet the College and Career Readiness standard before the end of 10th grade and no later than the time the student graduates from high school. Today we have with us one of the chairs of this subcommittee. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So the first question we'd like to ask you about is the work around the science of reading. We know that's a body of work that the Blueprint asks us to pursue, and FCPS sort of has already started that work. Can you tell us a little bit about the professional development, the implementation, and how we're doing with science of reading as a district?
So happy to share, because for over 5 years in FCPS, we've been working on upgrading our processes to the science of reading. Specifically our core program. We've already upgraded our core so that it does have the core components of the science of reading, and our interventions have been upgraded so that they're explicit and systematic with the science of reading core components included. Our teachers participate in a variety of professional learning, ranging from in-program professional learning so that it's specific to the program, but also the professional learning with science of reading and the letters training. Many of our teachers, over 750 of our teachers and leaders, have participated in letters training, which really gives them the deep dive into what is the science of reading. In addition, in FCPS, we have our accelerated learning process where teachers meet on a weekly basis, where they look at their content standards, making sure that all teachers know and understand what they're teaching. And of course, the science of reading is very much a part of that. Literacy specialists participate in those meetings and already have the deep knowledge of the science of reading and are able to share that with their teachers and make sure that they have the on-the-job information to be able to incorporate it into their lessons.
Thank you for that. So in addition to looking at early learning, we look at college and career readiness. Can you tell us a little bit about what it means to be college and career ready? What are the standards and the measures? How are we doing to ensure that work occurs?
So college and career ready means that when students graduate from high school, they have the skills and knowledge necessary to be successful in their career or in college, depending on which one they choose. We want to make sure that all of our students are ready for whatever path they want to choose in life. The interim standards are for English 10 and our high school math course with SAT. We are looking forward to MSDE sharing the results of their research study, where we're anticipating additional measures will be incorporated, such as we already know that GPA already is indicative of more of a singular test score than that. So we want to make sure we know what are those additional measures, and we look forward to having those.
So Jen, can you tell us what are student support pathways and what are post-CCR pathways?
So when students take the measures, we have a variety of measures in FCPS that we use to measure student success. We have a robust local assessment framework where it provides a variety of necessary data tools to help teachers to know and understand how students are performing. That data informs how should we support a student. We want to make sure that we use multiple measures and that we really are looking at individual needs of students. And so depending on that, they're placed into a support pathway. Support pathways will be individualized. It's not a one-size-fits-all. It depends on the individual student and what that student needs. It could be that the student needs supplemental instruction in their core. It could be that they may need to have before, during, and after school tutoring. It could also mean that they may need to be scheduled into an intervention or a summer program. And in those cases, we make sure that we provide the individual support pathway that the student needs. As far as post-CCR pathways, we already have a variety and a robust offerings in FCPS. We plan to just upgrade those. And some of those are our advanced placement coursework that's available for our high school students, many dual enrollment opportunities, so we have those available, international baccalaureate, and as well career and technology education, which you'll hear more about in the second part with Christine Pearl.
So we know that our parents are supporting our students along the way. It's a partnership between our teachers, administrators, district office, and our parents. And so it's really important that we have them involved in the work that we're doing that support for students as they're progressing to meet those standards in post-CCR. What are we doing though to engage parents when their children are not meeting those standards or need extra support to meet those standards, especially after 11th and 12th grade?
Yeah, so like you said, parents are our partners, and it's really important that we make sure that we engage them in knowing and understanding their child. They bring vital information about their child that we don't know, and so we need to hear from them and make sure that they know and understand what we know so that together we can form a plan that will support the child. And so schools reach out to parents in a variety of ways. It could be that they make a phone call, an email, could be a letter, or it could be a meeting in person where we talk about the support pathway and really decide what is the best way that we can support their child, letting the parent be a part of that process.
Right, and that doesn't just happen once the child enters 11th grade and they're still not meeting those standards. What are we doing before the child hits 11th or 12th grade to keep parents informed?
Yeah, same thing happens all the way from pre-K up. Our goal is to always make sure that parents feel like they're partners and that they can reach out to the teacher or the school whenever they have concerns. And so it doesn't just start in our high school level. It starts all the way when they enter our doors until they leave our doors.
So can you talk to us a little bit, Jen, about what we're doing as a district to help our teachers with implementing interventions and programs to support our students?
Absolutely. Professional learning is key. We provide professional learning to our teachers in a variety of ways. Sometimes they come for presentations. Sometimes it is a school-based presentation where they come together and they really learn. But the biggest thing is our accelerated learning process, where it happens organically. It's not a design presentation. It's more of what do teachers need at that time to directly impact their teaching, where they come together and look at the student evidence of learning and they say, what does the student actually need based on the evidence that I'm looking at right now? And how can I design my instruction so that I meet the needs of that student in that instructional practice? And so that happens on a weekly basis. Our literacy specialists are well trained to be able to help and support. And this happens from pre-K all the way up to high school. And so it's not just a particular grade level where we provide this professional learning. It really is a collaborative network where teachers support one another. And our goal is to continue to increase that, to make sure that teachers have more and more opportunities to really learn and grow together.
So does that also include the tutoring that teachers are able to support students with?
Absolutely. They are able to really determine what should this tutoring look like, and let's look at the student data to make sure that it's being designed, because we don't want to waste a minute of a child's time. It's every child every day and every minute. We want to make sure we maximize that minute to make sure we're meeting and making a difference for that student. And school teams work together to design that.
Jen, thank you so much for allowing us some time with you today and talking to us about how you're working to make sure our students are college and career ready. And we know that you're not doing this work alone. We want to also thank your co-chair, Deb Gilmartin, for the work that she's doing. You all are doing a phenomenal job leading this subcommittee, so thank you. And thank you for being with us today. Here are 4 key points to remember about the college and career readiness portion of Pillar 3. It mandates the implementation of pre-K through 12 curriculum that ensures students are college and career ready by the end of 10th grade. 2, it develops an aligned instructional system with resources and supports necessary to keep students on track to be college and career ready. 3, it provides students with resources necessary to achieve reading proficiency by the end of 3rd grade. And finally, it establishes pathways for college and career ready and non-college and career ready students in grades 11 and 12. For more information, please go to fcps.org/blueprint.